Okay, we are live. Hi, everyone. Hello, welcome. Look at who I have with me. I am so beyond excited to have the incredible Sarah from
Okay.
Nerdtainment.
Bring it down just a notch here.
No,
Hi,
no.
yay!
Jolene is amazing. You're incredible. And Busy's just busy. So,
Woo!
no, I'm kidding. Okay, so let me do my spiel real quick.
Please.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maranda. Every summer, I cover Big Brother, and I basically just talk about the drama and the fights that are going on and the gossip. If you haven't yet, then please hit that subscribe button and the like button. It really helps me out a lot and other people's channels. When you like the button, or when you hit the like button, it basically tells YouTube that this video is where it's at. And they help us out and get on the For You page and all that stuff. So hit the like button, and then if you feel like donating, all that is in the description box. Sarah, thank you for being here. I'm so excited.
Thank you for inviting me. I always have fun talking astrology with you. And of course, we both love Big Brother. So
right. So as you guys could tell by the title and everything, we're going to be talking about Big Brother and the astrology behind it in general, and then behind this upcoming season. And then Sarah and I talked about in the future, like once the cast is revealed, we'll talk about if CBS provides their information.
We'll find it. We'll figure it out. We have to know their signs. We have to know as much as we can.
Right. And then, mid-season, we'll go over it all and figure it out from there. So I guess without further ado, it's really that easy. Like, we're just going to read the birth charts of the seasons and talk about it, right?
Yeah. Most people probably don't know. I mean, obviously all individuals have a birth chart, but like you can do basically an event chart, like event, a moment in time chart.
Yes. Right. And it'll basically tell you the energy of that event or that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But real quick, I'm curious, what is your history with astrology? Like, I know your mom does readings.
Right.
So is that an environment that you just grew up with? So it's natural to you?
Basically. I mean, she's the one that really knows everything. Mm-hmm. She does it for a profession, but I just obviously hear about it constantly. And I believe it. It's true because everything she tells me, then I see it happen and I understand it. So I just learned it from her, soaked up the language from her. And, it is genuinely how I think. Like, I want to know everyone's sign. I want to know, that I just naturally think that way. So yeah, I'm by no means an expert. I'm just very interested in it and have a little bit of knowledge.
Well, luckily, I don't think either of us are experts, so we very much could be very carefree and silly about it. Yeah. This is more so just for fun, you guys. We are not professional astrologers.
Right. That's right.
But we do enjoy it. I've been interested in studying astrology since I was 8, so kind of my whole life.
Yeah.
And it's really kind of gotten more progressive throughout my life, especially in the last 5 years. But like Sarah, I'm not a professional, so we're just having fun with it. Yeah,
it's a lot to learn and study. Like, you learn it, and then you realize there's more to learn, and even more to learn. It's just there's a lot.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like it's no matter how much you think you know, there's so much more to it that you could learn. Like, even the professionals are still tweeting and talking about learning new things and figuring new things out. And it's like, dang, but you've been doing this for a long time.
Exactly. It's super complex. So you just kind of pick. You're like, okay, I know this much.
Yeah.
And I know a little bit more now, just roll with it.
Yeah. Okay, so
Hi, everybody in the chat.
Hi, you guys. Sorry, I kind of ignored you.
No, hi.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for popping in and showing up. Thank you. Hi. And we got our first super chat. Yay!
Thank you.
Hi, ladies. Sitting at the airport waiting for my flight. You girls just made my day better. Heading to Virginia. Oh, wow. Ooh,
look at you traveling, getting out in the
world. Mercury retrograde.
Very brave of you. Very, very brave.
And an eclipse.
Best
a new
of luck.
moon. Yeah, so
Best of luck to you.
Yeah, good energy to you. Okay, so let me pull up the. You guys know I'm not good at sharing stuff, so bear with me.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna figure it out together.
Share entire. Do I share entire screen or window?
You can do like a Chrome tab. Is that what you have open?
Oh my gosh.
It's much easier to just do a tab.
Yes. Okay, so let me make sure I pull out the right tab. Okay, so it's a second tab. Okay. My mind is blown. Oh no, where am I? Oh my gosh! How do I fix that though to make it?
Well, just go to that tab and scroll down.
Is it scrolling? Oh, I'm on.
Yes.
I'm not on the right tab.
Oh, okay, great. Pick another one.
How do I fix that? Okay.
Oh, that's the BB23 one. You go into the birth chart.
The other one.
The original, the birth of the whole show.
Yes.
The whole shebang.
Stop that screen. Okay. Wow, Sarah, you're really blowing my mind with these tips.
I do a lot of it.
Okay, so let's try that again. Maybe this one?
Now the other chart.
No, I went right back to the other one.
Okay. Okay.
This is going to be a moment, you guys.
How are they named? Yeah. Are they named very similarly?
I have them. Well, they're not named up top. I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm just.
So it's just a weird like link, astro, whatever.
Yeah. There we are. There we go. Okay.
Great.
Okay. So you guys, I feel like there's probably a lot of people who don't know what they're looking at, Sarah.
Yeah.
They're probably like, what the heck is this mess? So let me just explain real quick. Up here, can you guys see?
A little bit. It's blurry. Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Well, it's just hard to read on a computer screen.
Oh, okay.
But I can make out, it says Big Brother.
Yeah. So up here is the, the title. And then we got the date. So Tuesday, or was it Thursday, July 4th, 2000, filmed in Los Angeles. We didn't know the exact filming time, so I just used 12 p.m. That's all the information that you guys need to make your own birth chart. I know sometimes it's really difficult to get like your exact birth time.
But do it.
Yeah, try to figure it out. Yeah.
Whatever you have to do.
They have to track down the hospital and like.
Well, you just have to have
records,
your
right?
Birth certificate.
Yeah, but some people don't have access to that, right?
You have to be able to find your birth certificate because you need it for Social Security card and documents. True. So if if your parents have it, you might have to find it from your parents. Yeah. Or you can call there's some sort of registrar that has your birth certificate.
Yeah, you guys can find it. Thank you so much, Maya, for the super chat. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Oh, the super chats always warm my heart.
They're so kind.
I know. Oh, look who's here.
Mama Bev's here.
You guys, Mama Bev is here. And I have her website linked in the description box if you guys want a reading. So go check her out. It does look like geometry. It does. You're right. There's a lot of math, surprisingly, that is included in this.
Math is fun.
Yeah, not for me, but I'm growing to enjoy it. So what we see here is the birth chart. Everybody's chart looks like, well, not this exactly, but it's a circular chart.
Same format.
Yeah. So what we see, when you're looking at this, Sarah, what draws your eye immediately? I'm curious if it's the same thing that I see.
Well, I see a ton of stuff is that the 10th house?
Yes.
Yeah. The 10th house is packed full,
right?
Which is interesting because that's the career house.
Exactly. That was exactly what caught my eye too. They have a whole stellium in the 10th house with their north node.
Yeah.
All conjunct just right there.
We could interpret that a couple different ways. I'd say with that much in the career house, it was going to be a successful show.
Right.
I would imagine. And then maybe we can interpret that the contestants going on it would have successful careers. It would help them.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe? For sure. I definitely, it just, Cancer 10th house. Their sun is right there in the 10th house. Like that is just like to me, it speaks like to Big Brother, you know, like Cancer being, you know, ruled by the moon, and then they have their moon in Leo, you know, and then it just all, I don't even know where to start, to be honest.
Let's see.
Let's start with Stellium.
Yeah. Oh, I see moon and Leo over there. I was like, where's the moon and Leo? So guys, that blue thing that looks like a crab, that's the sign of Cancer.
Right
so
up here.
All of those signs that are under it are in Cancer, or all those planets.
So if you guys can't don't know what the symbols are, right here's the sun, and then we have Mars right here at 12 degrees, and then we have, well, I think the Mars line is right here, really, but you know, they just put them right there, and then we have Mercury right here, and then Venus right here, the North Node right here at 24 degrees.
Those are important planets.
Yeah, those are all very important planets. I mean, not to say that there really isn't. I think all the planets are pretty important, but these ones are the main ones that really can set somebody's personality up.
Right. Define you.
Yeah.
And then also the moon in Leo.
Right. Yeah, the moon in Leo for sure. We have the sun, or is it Mars? One of those is in conjunct Pluto, which is in Sagittarius, right next to Chiron, by the way, in the 3rd house. So the house of like communication. And then Pluto is opposing Jupiter in Gemini 9th house at 0 degrees.
Now Cancer I find odd, because I don't think of Big Brother as like emotional or family oriented.
Right.
What is your connection with Big Brother, with Cancer, do you think?
So when I was putting together my thoughts about their charts, I wasn't necessarily using the person, like the human relationship kind of things. Like we really put emotional with Cancer because, you know, humans. Someone who is a Cancer, they're ruled by the moon, tend to be slightly emotional, you know, whatever. Yeah. In fact, I have it right here. I used the rulership book because it's more of an event, more of like something that you can, you know, look at. Whereas with humans, there's emotions involved, things like that. Gotcha. So with the rulership book, it basically just gives you all the signs, all the houses, everything, and what that particular sign or house or planet rules. And Cancer rules the home, you know, that really already. So I thought, okay, well, that's funny because they're locked in a home.
Literally in a house.
You know, domestic life, politics, and emotions. So to me, I was like, okay, all of those planets in that, and Cancer rules all of those things. A lot of other things too, but I only picked the things that kind of related to the game.
Right.
To me, I was like, well, damn.
That does make sense. Yeah. To put they're living together. It's their home for up to 3 months now.
Right. Right. Wasn't it much shorter for season 1?
It was a bit shorter back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess, okay. I see that now. I got it.
Yeah. And then the moon in Leo, what is your interpretation about that? I'm curious.
Well, we have to have some fire.
Yeah.
Like, this is a very fiery format, a very fiery show. You got to compete. You got to like try to be number one.
Yeah.
To me, the moon is your feelings. Yeah. Whether you put them out there to the world or not, it's how you feel. And the Leo is the king of the jungle, number one, top dog. So the feelings are, you got to be top dog. You're number one.
Yeah, definitely agree with that for sure. And it's at a Pisces degree. I don't know if do you know, I can't pronounce his last name, but it's Nikola Stojanovic in his degree theory. So he's associated a sign with each degree.
Oh.
And Pisces has 12 and 24.
Okay.
So those degrees basically hold those energies. You know what I'm saying? And then Virgo rising being at 29 degrees, that's a critical degree. They usually say that's a degree for like stardom. It's a Leo degree. And it's the degree, you know, a lot of famous people have that, or even clairvoyant people have that. But since this is an event, really, I interpret that as that this was meant to be like a successful show. And it has been. It's been on for what season is this going to be?
We're about to do 23.
Yeah, there we go.
A lot.
Yeah, so I think that this chart, and then we have Jupiter and Saturn conjunct. How do you feel about that one? That one kind of was like, oh.
Saturn. Well, that feels to me that
which is right here.
You work hard, you'll have some luck.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Be successful. Hard work equals success.
Right. Which is pretty on brand for this show. You have to work. Well, 9 times out of 10, you got to put in some work to make it to the end. You know, you got, of course, you have those floaters who kind of just don't really do anything and get by.
They rarely win, though.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was also thinking, well, I wonder if that Saturn is the reason why the show has a tendency to either be hit or miss, you know, like each season. And, you know, Saturn is a karmic planet. So I'm wondering if that it isn't necessarily meant in the stars to be always successful. Maybe it's meant to show human nature. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's conjunct Jupiter. Because if Jupiter was there by itself, I feel like it would be a little bit
like always successful. Yeah.
Right. Whereas each season, I mean, Big Brother, last season, All Stars, we really thought it was going to be something, didn't we?
We thought. I mean, it was something. Miranda.
It was something. I don't know about the right something, but
yeah, the struggle of Saturn maybe.
Right.
Is like, you can always have that Jupiter.
Exactly, you guys. So then I think we pretty much talked all we can about this chart, right?
Yeah, this is good. This is fun.
I think we want to talk a little bit more about Big Brother 23.
Right. So we're going to do this exact like setup, but for July 7th, right?
Yes. Right I put 5 p.m. because that's
Pacific.
California time. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let me pull it up.
They will live move in.
Which I was a little, I didn't know if it was an actual live move in, but that's confirmed.
Confirmed.
We're doing like over, it's going to be like over the top where we watch them all go in the house.
Yeah, I think we had a live move in last season or the season before. We had one recently.
Yeah, you know what? I think for All Stars, right?
I think it was last season. Yeah, I think it was All Stars. We had a live move in and I had mixed feelings about it. So I was intrigued that they have announced it will be a live move in again.
What were your mixed feelings? I don't remember.
Well, it's just like production. When something's live, it's, you know, when it's edited, it's just like snappy and smooth and flawless. But if it's live, you got hits.
Yeah, you got some problems, right?
Some pauses, especially when you have you're playing a comp. At least they did last season. They played a comp. So you're like, how does that time out? How does that look? You know, so it just doesn't, it's not smooth.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy that we get to see them move in.
Yeah, I prefer the live move-ins for sure because you get to see it from the get-go, where people are coming from, what's going on. There's no like trying to interpret whatever drama there might be or grudges being held already by week 2 or 3, you know?
Yeah.
So that's it. I definitely prefer it, but I never really considered your point where there could be problems, you know? Okay, it's
just clunky a little bit. I think my mom sent me the chart that you're about to pull up as well.
Okay, let's see if I pulled up the right one again. Ugh. Nope. Why does this Nope. I don't know why this keeps happening to me. Okay, let's try that again, you guys. Welcome to my corner of YouTube, Sarah. You never know what you're going to get over here.
You never know what you're going to get.
There we go.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. This is what
so again, you guys, up here is the birth information. July 7th, 2021, Los Angeles, 5 p.m. Love that for us. Here we are. It's a beauty also. I think that this is going to be a really transformational season. Tell me what you think.
I don't know. So what I'm seeing here is Sun is in Cancer, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Moon is that Gemini?
Yes. Conjunct Mercury.
Well, that's very friendly, social, chatty.
Right. In
vibes.
its home sign, we love Mercury in Virgo or in Gemini.
Okay.
I love as a Virgo, I love Mercury. It's my favorite little planet. So
it's very useful. Mercury is the way we think, the way we communicate.
Yes.
And it's in a communicative sign, is what you're saying. Right. It's its home sign.
Yeah.
So that actually helps the show if people can actually communicate clearly. Yeah, that's going to help everyone's game. It's, miscommunications that.
And with the sun being in Cancer, I feel like emotions will be there for sure.
For sure. And then what is that? Is that Mars and Venus in Leo?
Yes. So
we love a Mars in Leo. That is fire.
Right. Conjunct Venus. So I'm thinking there might be some interesting showmances.
Ooh.
Maybe game related because Mars is all about ambition.
Yeah.
Mars is all about what are we going to do to get where we need to go.
Mm-hmm.
And so it being smack daddy right next to Venus in the same sign, like I'm wondering, will we have, instead of, lovey-dovey showmances, no, I'm totally using this person to get to where I need to go,
Yep.
Which I think will be a breath of fresh air,
I mean, yeah, I'm here for game. So I don't care if you're in a showmance or not, as long as you're playing the game. So yeah, date, hook up with a guy as a shield, something like that. Now, my mom gave me, and I don't know how to read a chart fully, but it might already say this in the chart, but my mom gave me the heads up that on July 7th, 4 planets are retrograde: Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, and Jupiter.
Let me see. Yeah. There's little R's down here, you guys.
Okay.
It's really difficult to see because it kind of looks like a line. So Saturn's retrograde, Pluto's retrograde, Jupiter and Neptune. All these bottom planets right here, you guys, are all retrograde.
And retrograde just means you're going to have a challenge moving forward. Like you talk about Mercury retrograde the most, but it just means great time to pause, reflect, sit back, because you're going to struggle moving forward. But obviously in this game, you want to be moving forward. So I think that is interesting for us viewers, because I don't think they're going to seamlessly move forward. They're going to stumble a bit.
Exactly. Yeah. And for example, like for Mercury retrograde, I don't know how you do the reflecting. I usually take time off of Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually where I'm very vocal about like my beliefs, and I'm kind of pushy about it. I can admit that. I'm a little judgmental over there. I know. Okay. But so during Mercury retrograde, it's usually my self-care to kind of take a step back from that social platform and not post on there.
Right. And that's great that you've learned that. I think everyone has to sort of just learn what works best for them.
Right.
I was born Mercury retrograde.
Oh,
and
wow.
I don't find it to affect me negatively. So I don't change any of my patterns. Mm-hmm. I do, I keep that in mind if there's travel, I don't want to fly during Mercury retrograde because I know I'm going to sit in the airport every day or all day because there'll be a delay.
Yeah.
But in general, I don't struggle during Mercury retrograde.
So that's great.
Yeah, right? If you're born under Mercury retrograde, it seems like it's not a big thing to me. That's my personal experience.
Well, maybe every day is just retrograde for you and you're like, this is normal.
Yeah. Moving forward, just fine.
I love that though. I love that.
Yeah.
But so Pluto is down here, little guy, is retrograde in Capricorn in the 2nd house, opposing the sun in Cancer. So to me, that spoke very transformational, but I think it's going to be difficult with it being retrograde. You know, Pluto is all about rebirth and death and all of that and transformation. So I was thinking when I initially saw that, I thought, okay, it being opposite the sun, that's kind of not very nice. You know, you'd prefer it like sextile or something. Yeah. But it being in the second house, I feel like we're going to get the second house being money and things like that. I thought this could be a good thing. I think it'll be difficult to get the transformation and the results that we as viewers have been wanting. But I think the possibility is there if the players and if the cast want it to be, you know?
Yeah.
If any of that makes sense. I don't know if it did.
Yeah, it sounds good. I also see that Venus and Mars are squaring Uranus.
Yeah.
And Uranus is legitimately the theme of the show. It means expect the unexpected.
Exactly. And Uranus is in Taurus, 6th house. So while Mars and Venus, like we said, are in the 9th house in Leo, right next to each other. They're so cute. But yeah, that's exactly what Uranus is. And then Uranus is also squared retrograde Saturn. How do we feel about that?
Oh, that sounds like problems.
Yeah.
That sounds like, some stumble blocks, some challenges.
Right.
Is what
some
that feels
limitations
like.
there. It's so that, and then the Pluto, I'm really feeling the energy of this could be a very good season if it goes right.
Yeah. Well, now, challenges often are great for us. The more challenged and fiery and confused, like these people having to pivot left and right and, redirect and make new alliances, like that could be super entertaining to us. So yeah, honestly, bring me all the challenges in the chart.
Absolutely.
If that's how it's manifesting. I mean, if the show is challenged, then right? If it's production that's challenged,
right,
then maybe not. But if it is reflecting the players, I love it. Because Venus and Mars, we're talking, relationships. We're talking, how they connect as friends and housemates and alliance members. And squaring is friction, causing problems. With Uranus, expect the unexpected. This is all conflict. This is all,
and they're all in the same area of the chart. Yeah, like that little corner down there, which I'm pretty sure is the nighttime section of a chart. So maybe there's going to be issues at night, maybe some fights at night.
Never heard of it like that nighttime section.
Well, I'm sure there's a better.
It's like internal. And the upper half is external. Right. These are all our internal things.
Well, I always read that the MC is noon and the IC is midnight.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
That is what a clock looks like. Oh, well, in my head, that's kind of what a clock looks like.
Yeah. So I always just interpreted, nighttime down here.
That's interesting. Well,
and that was an initial thought that I just thought of. So I don't know. Maybe I'm interpreting wrong. Beverly's probably watching this and she's probably like, oh, poor thing. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
She would never.
I know. She's so sweet.
But I do think like this is your internal vibes, how you're feeling. And then this is how you're going to behave externally. So anytime those are conflicting, that's a hot mess. And I love that as well.
Right. And
the fact that this is in Leo, that's fiery.
And we have all of the external planets up here. You saying that, I just realized all of them are up here. But then we got the deep dark planets down here.
Deep dark down there.
Do we have some happy-go-lucky, we'll share some emotions and be very communicative about how we feel, but we're holding grudges, Yeah. We're going to tell you how we feel about our emotions when you angered us. We're going to have a showmance that works to our advantage. but we're going to backstab them too.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
We're going to
Mama Bev
backstab
says you're correct, Miranda.
Oh,
Mama Bev
yay.
confirms. Yay.
Hi,
also,
Jolene.
Hi, Jolene.
Thank you. Thank you. Jolene totally is like, she probably hasn't even seen my comment yet. She's so slow. I know, Jolene.
No, we're deep in the chart.
Yes.
Talking the talk.
Thank you, Beverly, for confirming. This is actually, Sarah, the first time that I've ever publicly read a chart.
Oh,
so I think that was partially why I was so nervous, because I've never been so forward and open about my love, which is astrology.
Right. No, this is great. You're doing great. I mean, charts are hard to read. I like to just, pull out the top notes that I understand. But yeah, you're doing a great job. Can I add on that just a couple days later on July 9th, we're going to have a new moon in Cancer.
Oh, do you have a chart up? Do you want to share it?
I don't have a chart. I just have that.
You know what? Here, I
have some full moons and new moons of the summer is what I have.
Oh, okay. So we have a new moon 2 days after, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, the fact that it's in Cancer, moon feelings, Cancer feelings, they've just moved into a new home. We talked about how Cancer is, your feelings about home and your home. So I think 2 days after moving in, people are going to be super moody.
Oh, yeah.
Missing their family, maybe feeling insecure and lost.
Here is the chart with the July 9th transits on the side.
Oh, transits. Okay, gotcha. Yes.
So, so we have the moon, the new moon right up here in Cancer, but still in the 7th house. That's pretty much the only change, really. I mean, obviously the moon is.
So I feel like they're going to move in feeling that, high energy, the Mars and Venus in Leo, like, yeah. And then 2 days later, they're going to hit with this new moon and they're all going to be like, what am I doing? Right. How do I trust anybody? It's going to be a little bit of that.
Cancer energy.
Yeah. They're all going to be like lost and confused a couple days later. They'll snap out of it. But new moons, anytime it's a full moon or a new moon, it's strong energy affects everybody.
Today's a new moon. And this morning was an eclipse right on my MC in my 10th house. So this live was actually.
So we're making we're doing a live.
Yeah, it was specifically put together. Like the date was picked for a reason.
Oh, look at you. I love it.
And I had to include you because, hello, you're my astrology bestie. So,
yeah. Please.
But yeah, so today's actually a new moon. And I was just telling my mother-in-law, I was like, I don't know what it is, but I want to strangle Sparrow. And I know it's probably the new moon and the eclipse. Everyone in my real life is getting on my nerves.
Right. So wait, what is it in today? I don't know. Mom, what's it in today?
Oh my God, I just had a brain fart. Hold on,
I know. You obviously know.
Hold on, I have it right here.
I feel like
today. What day is it today?
My mom already told me, and I forgot it.
Today's the 10th.
Today's the 10th.
A moon in Gemini.
Oh, okay. So yeah, because you have a good chunk of air in you, right? Or am I?
Yeah, so I'm 64% or 68% Earth, and then I got like 15% air, and literally one planet in fire, and I have a generational Pluto in Scorpio. That's my only water sign. So I'm mostly Earth with a lot of air. Yeah.
So yeah, the Gemini can make you want to strangle people, but it can also make you feel very social and chatty and want to communicate with the internets.
And here we are. That's why I was like, that's going to be a perfect day to go live.
Yeah. Good.
And you're mostly fire, right?
I'm a lot of fire. I have a Sagittarius stellium in the 12th house. It's a ton of fire, Sagittarius.
Wow. My mother-in-law is a Sagittarius, and
aren't we wonderful?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But only we would say that.
I only have 2 or 3 people in my life who are Sagittarius. It's you, my mother-in-law, and I think one other acquaintance.
Right.
And I think I'll keep it that way because you guys
you don't
are a
need
lot.
too many. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, we are a lot.
I definitely don't need more than 3. I think I'm going to cap it, where I'm at.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I mean, thank goodness for my I've got some strong Capricorn Saturn stuff happening in my chart.
Oh, okay.
So that tones me down just a smidge, keeps me grounded. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah,
because
otherwise
if it wasn't for all my Earth placements, I'd probably be floating in the air,
Exactly.
But I was supposed to be a Leo, but my mom was late for my birth. So
well, you chose it. You decided when you were coming in.
Yeah, and I'm very happy with it. I have Virgo, Sun, Rising, and Mercury. I love that for me.
That's great.
I'm very happy with it. My Libra moon really balances me out.
That's lovely. My husband's a Libra moon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Aww.
I think you guys make good partners.
So what are our predictions then for this season for Big Brother 23?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that this is a little bit of a good hot mess.
Yeah.
Maybe definitely we have challenges. We definitely have fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
their rising is a fire. Mars and Venus in fire. Aries has Chiron, which, I mean, that could be something. Who knows? I don't know if I don't know if it necessarily applies to an event, really.
Right.
I think that's more of a human thing because Chiron, is the wounded healer. So things that you kind of got to get over through multiple times throughout life, or just a hard hurdle to get over.
Right.
So I don't know if that necessarily applies to a show, but
they have to hurdle. Their wounds are feeling like they're number one because Aries, the first sign,
right?
And so active. Are they going to be stuck inside? A lot, feeling that urge to be active, but they're trapped. The backyard.
Yeah, and I'm curious how many signs are in Earth. Oh, just Pluto, their MC, and Uranus. So that's not a lot of grounding energy, you guys.
Great.
I think that I think I'm going to agree with you. This season kind of reads as a little bit of a hot mess.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I would love a grounded player. I mean, I like someone who can quietly think it through, right? And become an assassin. But overall, I don't want a super grounded game,
Yeah, because I think some people would find that boring, maybe.
Yeah.
I know Earth signs have a tendency to get the reputation of being a little boring.
I would bet you we'd have to go and look, but last summer, I bet you that season had a lot of Earth because that season could have been considered great. You could consider that big alliance. Yeah, that big alliance was so successful. Mm-hmm. But to us, it was so boring.
Right.
That would be my interpretation. I don't know. We'd have to look.
For All-Stars or BB23?
Yeah, All-Stars.
Oh, okay. You know what I was thinking might be fun? I don't know about today, but, eventually, is to kind of look up the birth charts of some of the most notorious seasons.
Yes. Like a season
19 or 21.
Cool. Yeah.
Just to see what kind of crazy might be up in there. I almost had the time to just pull the charts and just pull them out, but I didn't end up having the time.
Yeah.
But I thought that might be fun eventually.
That would be an interesting comparison.
Yeah. And then I just noticed we have Mercury squared Neptune, and Neptune is at an Aquarius degree. So Neptune is the rulership. Neptune rules alliances, confinement, drama, deception. So it being squared Mercury, those are kind of opposing energies that are challenging each other. So maybe some fights about revealed alliances.
Yeah, and maybe just some like disillusioned communication, like thought you meant something else. We were
Right.
not on the same
And
page.
maybe reacted on that thought and
Mhm.
didn't realize until after that they were wrong.
Yeah. Yep.
It being at an Aquarius degree, that Neptune will have Aquarian energy.
Mhm.
So maybe the deceptor won't even care. You
Mhm.
know, maybe they'll be like, what do you want me to do about it? It happened. Let's either move on or are we enemies now? Because now I got to know.
A little Brett versus Rockstar, like a little Brett being like,
Right.
deal with it. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Own
Like,
it.
I don't know what you want me to do about your feelings, person.
Mhm.
You know?
Mhm. Could be.
So I just saw that. That's an interesting. But then we have Jupiter. I think that's sextile Mercury, which is a good aspect. So maybe there will be healthy communications. I'm thinking maybe progressive, some would say political communication this season.
Ooh. Well, that would be great if we had some more segments like we did last season with
right.
Devon and Kevin.
I know that CBS did they officially release the cast, or was it just like an insider for Survivor?
Oh, no, that's not official. Okay. But it is from what is it called? Insider Survivor, or is it Survivor Insider? Whatever that site is, and they're usually pretty right. So
okay. Well, so if they're correct, then that's a pretty diverse cast.
Yes.
So hopefully Big Brother is also on the same page. I'm pretty sure, and tell me if I'm wrong, but the casting directors for Big Brother Over the Top casted this season, right?
Yes.
We love that because I love the cast for OTT. As most of you guys know, OTT is my favorite modern season.
Ooh.
I don't know why. I just have like a connection to OTT. Yeah. Maybe it was Justin. I just love Justin. He was so funny. Maybe that's why I love it so much.
Yeah.
But so I'm wondering if maybe we'll get some much needed, in my opinion, real conversations. I really liked last season the conversation between Davon and David. We know now because of Davon's videos that she was trying really hard. But I really like conversations like that really get people to think and things like that.
And she and Kaser had some good talks.
Yes,
like, we did have some really great, deeper conversations last season. And I hope we have more of those this season. And maybe that is sort of that. I mean, Aquarian vibe is like outside of the box, like open, progressive thought. So maybe we can get some more of that enlightened thinking.
And the Jupiter is at an Aries degree. So we got, you guys know Aries are basically the toddlers of the zodiac. In the zodiac story, they're the first ones, so they're like the babies or the newborns or the toddlers. They're very forward,
first.
They go for what they want and they don't really think about it. They just do it, which I enjoy.
Think it through.
I enjoy that,
very
especially
fun
watching
people.
it. Yeah, so it might be
athlete.
Jupiter is all about luck and abundance. So maybe the conversation or the relationship will help somebody get further in the game. Who knows? This is all speculation, but it's really fun. And then we have the North Node in Gemini in the 7th degree. So this season is going to take on, or is supposed to take on, Gemini qualities and a Gemini kind of life path, if that's what we want to call it. Which I think I'm excited for. So very communicative, very open to listening, very But also we know Gemini's air signs are very kind of up there. My sister's a Gemini, and you can't bring her down to the ground. You really can't. She likes to just do what she wants to do, and she's really not going to think about it until afterwards. And if it was a problem, then what is she supposed to do about it at that point?
And they will also change course, right? So they're like, here we are. This is what we're doing. This is the thing. I believe so firmly in this. And then they're like, and now I'm over here believing something totally different, but I feel very strongly about it. And this is what we're doing then. And then like, it may be a week before they reassess and go, that wasn't what I meant to do.
And you know what? I think you just explained, and I have just had an epiphany, my 10th house in Gemini. Why I just cannot figure out what I want to do.
No,
with my life.
No, with Gemini, you can't force yourself into one thing. You have to be like, this is what I'm doing right now, and I love this, and I'm also doing this on the side, and then you're okay merging into now doing this mostly, and doing other things on the side. That you just have to accept that.
Right.
Don't fight it.
Oh no. You know? Oh no. Everybody knows I will go live when I feel like it. I will post what I feel like, and I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, right?
So we have a few more minutes. Do you want to kind of look at the survivor birth chart? I don't
do you have some of that? Oops.
I don't know the fall premiere. So no,
we don't have that yet.
Okay, but I do have the birth chart in general of Survivor. So if you want to look at that, we can.
Before you move on to Survivor, I have a couple more things about the summer, just in general for Big Brother. So we talked about how Venus and Mars are squaring Uranus.
Yeah.
And that is building up to be conjunct on July 13th.
Oh. Let me pull up that transit. July 13th, you said?
Yeah, July 13th looks like it's conjunct, really intensifying, the fiery energy in the relationships.
Okay, let's see. Let me share that. Let's go through my tabs again. Okay, I think it was the second one. Dang it. Nope.
Mom is saying a lot of fire and air for BB23, which is a great combination because fiery is like fiery, all about me, gonna win, gonna compete, gonna go. And then the air also is like mental, tell you about it, chat about it. So if you combine fire and air, you sometimes get words that you regret. Yeah. Saying things sort of hot-headed, like not keeping it in, you put it out there. And to me, that is a great combo for Big Brother.
When there's lots of air with a fire, doesn't the fire normally get bigger? So
like you're like putting a hurricane on like a campfire. It's like,
so we love all the drama and fire signs, the Sagittarius stellium. You guys can be a little dramatic.
Yeah. Absolutely dramatic.
Which I love. I'm surrounded by fire signs and Scorpios. So fire signs, like mostly Leos and Scorpios. I don't know why they just follow me. And I'm like, luckily I like you guys. But please give me some space.
Super passionate people. Yeah.
Right. But I love that. I guess maybe because I don't have much of either. Well, I don't have much fire. So I'm normally just very like, nah.
What's your water in you that brings the Scorpios to the yard?
My Scorpio Pluto, I guess. Because Sparrow's a Scorpio. Amelia is a Scorpio sun with a stellium up in there. And Sparrow's cousin is Scorpio. His aunt's a Scorpio. Wow. I just got them everywhere. They're like a trail of Scorpios following me, which I don't mind because I actually really love Scorpios. They're my favorite sign besides Virgo.
Great that you have a good connection to them. Most people in my life are Virgos.
Really?
And then, I luckily learned that I needed to just switch it a smidge to a Capricorn to get married. Because like Virgos, I'm very drawn to Virgos, but like I can't live with a Virgo. I need that earth to just sort of shift a little bit to a Capricorn. And then that worked much better.
Yeah, not many people can live with us.
Yeah, you guys are tough to live with.
Right, and I lived with a Virgo. Sparrow's grandma's a Virgo. Her birthday is the day after mine. We lived with her for 2 years. And I was wondering to myself, is this how I come across?
Yeah,
is this me? Because I don't think I'm like this, but maybe I am. Maybe this was a learning lesson.
That eye for detail. We don't always want to hear about it. We don't.
Yeah, I'm learning that. And, you know, luckily, I think it's my Libra moon. I'm very self-aware in the sense that I know what my faults are. And I can work on them. Tell me what's wrong with me, and I will gladly work on them. It's no issue. You will not hurt my feelings, because in each life, we're here to learn and to grow and to not repeat mistakes. I'm not looking to be a repeater.
Yeah.
Exactly. So here we have the transit for July 13th. We have the moon, Mars, and Venus up here in Leo doing its thing. Uranus is still down here. So it looks like the moon is conjunct Mars and Venus, which we know the moon. She loves her emotions.
She does. Her feelings.
She's also about adaptability, though. So we might see some emotion, some crying. Maybe someone isn't into the alliance anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so they're going to pull a Mars and do what they need to do, which is get themselves out of there. How do you interpret that?
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds good. I think it just amplifies, you know, your feelings.
Oh, and we have Mercury. Oh no, Mercury's still, never mind. She's in Cancer still. Mercury.
Yeah.
Oh no, so she just moved to Cancer. So she's out of Gemini at that point.
Okay. All right.
That might cause some problems too.
Yeah. The communication may not flow as easily.
Yeah. So someone write down July 13th. I'd like to come back to that day.
Yeah. Right.
And see, and like kind of take notice on that day.
Yeah. See. But you're building up to it. The energies you start to feel building up to it.
Yeah.
Then July 13th is when they will be conjunct, and those sparks may really fly that day.
Yeah. And Mercury's in Cancer, an emotional sign. So emotions might be running high. And this is a few days after a new moon. Yep. So people might still be feeling the energy from that new moon. Who knows? I think that's that for
Venus,
that transit.
And Mars in Leo, right?
Unless Mama Bev sent you another day
Well, I do. I have lots. I have more for the whole summer. So like,
well, tell me them. I'll pull up the chart up here.
What's interesting? Pull up July 22nd.
Okay.
What was interesting about some of the stuff she was telling me about the summer is that we're going to have 2 full moons in Aquarius.
Oh.
Which is not super common to have them that sort of close. One is July 22nd and one is August 22nd.
Oh, the day before my birthday.
Yay! We also will have a new moon in Leo in the middle there, August 8th.
Okay.
But a full moon in Aquarius, I love.
Yeah, I love Aquarius. Jolene is actually the only Aquarius I know personally.
My sister,
and obviously I love her. Oh, really?
Yeah, and my brother-in-law.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of Aquarius energy. And
it is. Well, no, they don't live. It's the other brother-in-law. They don't live together. Separate sides. Yeah.
Never mind.
No, my Aquarius sister is married to a Gemini, and all they do is communicate. So, a lot for me sometimes, but I get it. But like you said earlier, Aquarius is that alliances. It's the friendship. It's, you know, they also have like a humanitarian vibe to them.
They're very unique. A lot of people say quirky. But I like to go with unique. My North
so a
Node
full
is
moon
Aquarius,
in that.
So yeah.
Where they're full of themselves.
Right. And full moons are normally for letting go of things. So I'm wondering if that will be a theme that night.
Right. Maybe? Oh, and also the sun now has joined Mars in Leo.
Almost.
Is that correct?
The sun is at 29 degrees Cancer.
Okay. So it's headed that way.
It's definitely feeling the energy. I think it's feeling the pole, the strong Leo pole.
That's gonna be lots of fire when the sun hits the Leo.
Mercury is on. I want to say it's in Virgo at this point, but it's like right on there. I can't tell if I think it might be Mercury's at 0 degrees, because it's right in the Virgo section. So what do we think about this?
Is Venus in Virgo yet?
So Venus is out of Leo and is now, let me see.
Should be in Virgo, which I think is
Venus.
Great, because that's more about like helping each other and like doing the right thing.
I'm sorry. I screwed up. It was Venus in Virgo. Mercury is still over here in Cancer.
Okay.
Sorry. Venus is in Virgo. And Mars is still in Leo. And then we have the moon down here in Capricorn in the first house. So the house of self. Maybe some grounding energy or some grounding calm energy.
Yeah, I feel like this feels like a time where we have exploded earlier and now we've like come back down to maybe feeling like, oops, we need to right some wrongs. Yeah. We need to consider some other sides. Right. Of these other individuals we're working with and working against.
Capricorn is very good at thinking things through before responding. Mm-hmm. And so I think that there will be, with the emotions and the inner self, some reflection before reacting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe some, is this response worth my time right now? I'm not sure if it is. Maybe I should just let them look silly,
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Which to me is a very Capricorn thing to do. Like, I'm not going to respond. Instead, I'm going to make you look dumb. That's going to be a great response for me.
I'm going to let you ruin your own game. Like I'm going to sit back and watch you destroy yourself. But I think it's a good balance with the Venus in Virgo. Like, I think we're settling in and caring about others a little bit there.
And Mercury is right on top of their natal sun. So that's something to note too. Everything else hasn't moved because, they're the slower planets down here. So they're all still where they're supposed to be. Is there another date that we got?
Oh, so then I'm sorry. That was building to the full moon in Aquarius on the 23rd.
Oh,
so the full moon in Aquarius should be the 23rd.
The 23rd or the 22nd?
Of July. I think it's the 23rd, right? It wasn't full. It wasn't was it there?
Oh, July 22nd?
July 22nd is where we just were. And July 23rd, I believe, is the full moon in Aquarius.
Oh, okay. Then it'll basically be the same chart.
Yeah.
So Venus is fully in Virgo at this point. The moon is making its way towards Pluto, towards its natal Pluto. And Mercury has moved from the sun.
August 6th.
Okay.
The sun is going to square Uranus.
6th August.
And that should be fun for
That's
all
going
of
to be
us.
a day that we want to note.
Yeah, let's.
And the sun is in Leo, right on top of the natal Venus. And Mercury is right on top of natal Mars. You guys, that is a day to be aware of.
Take the day off from work. Watch the live feeds.
Right.
That's going to be, Uranus, we said, expect the unexpected. Something's going to happen out of the blue. The sun is squaring as friction. The sun is fiery. We got stuff hitting the fan.
Right. Farmer, I don't think we're going to have to worry about an all-house alliance in Big Brother 23. Do you get that vibe? Because I don't get that vibe.
Yeah, I don't. I think that it's gonna, from what we've seen so far, they're gonna come in and like all be buddy, and we're gonna worry about it those first couple days, and then it's gonna explode, and it's not gonna happen. So don't freak out in that first week.
I'm really interested in this date, August 6th.
I have to open my door. I'm still here. Keep talking.
Okay. So you guys, the moon is conjunct natal sun. So again, the sun is all about ambition, confidence, ego, fame, all of those great things and gains. That's what it rules. It also rules entertainment and popularity. And the moon is right on top of it. The moon, like I said, adaptability, emotions, all of those things. So they're right on top of each other. That's going to be an interesting situation. And then, you know, of course, Uranus, was it square the sun or square the moon? Which one did you say it was?
The sun.
Okay. Oh, yeah, there. So that's going to be cool.
Yes.
I'm excited for that day. I think I'm even going to write it in my calendar, August 6th, because I want to see if that day is going to be a day.
Right.
Because look, we also have Mars in Virgo. So if there's any issues that day, we can expect some facts or some analyzed details.
Right.
So someone might be coming through with the mental notes.
Yep.
You did this in week 3. You did this week 4. You did this week 5. And I have the witnesses to prove it because they were there with you and they told me they were there with you, you know?
Yes.
That's going to be an interesting moment especially with Mercury conjunct the sun in Leo. They're going to be all about it. So it's all going to be out there laid on the table, I think. No one's going to be ashamed because here it is. Here's the drama. It's what's been building up.
Yeah. And then you know what, Miranda? 2 days later on the 8th, we have a new moon in Leo. So that is just the beginning of some fiery stuff.
Right. So August might be the month. Well, this whole season is going to be the season, I think. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any more days or are we good with that?
Well, I can keep going. So the 8th is August the new 6th, moon in Leo.
Okay.
Yes, Maya, the 6th. That's the big one. Let's see. The 15th of August, Uranus has it's building to go retrograde on Friday the 20th. So August 20th.
Oh, okay.
Uranus goes retrograde, making it then 5 planets that are retrograde. Because we started with Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter, and then we're adding Uranus in on the 20th. So
that's a lot. Those are a lot of outer planets retrograde, you guys.
Ain't nothing moving forward for these people.
And the moon is down here in Capricorn, conjunct Pluto. On top of the natal Pluto. Yeah. So.
Oh, they're going to be just like cranky and stubborn and
I think some alliances,
progress.
I think some alliances might be over at that point.
Oh, yeah. This feels like a good time for things to fall apart.
Yeah. I think some emotions are going to cause, maybe some blow-ups are going to cause some alliances to be done.
Yeah.
So August 20th. That's my dad's birthday. He's a Leo. So he actually is a Leo sun, Aries moon, Scorpio rising.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hello. Bless you for getting through that house.
Oh, right. And then my mom is a Taurus sun with a Cancer stellium.
Oh, all right. Well.
Yeah. So, you know. My Virgo was really working overtime in that house.
Yeah. You got through it. You did it.
Right. So that's a good day. I'm excited for that one. August 6th, August 20th. Those seem like the days.
Then on August 22nd, we have our second full moon in Aquarius.
Okay. Oh, okay. August 22nd.
So this is definitely, or this feels like this is definitely the alliances are dead. They have crumbled.
Yeah.
They have fallen apart.
But it's conjunct the transiting Jupiter, which is retrograde. But I think whatever's going on might be good for someone's game, but it'll be a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Do we feel that same way, or do you feel somewhere else?
Yeah, no. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That could be interesting.
I don't know when the season's going to end, but if it's traditionally, it's going to go into September. And so just at the top of September, the 6th, we have a new moon in Virgo. And I think that could maybe start to bring, since we just talked about these alliances falling apart, it's all falling apart.
Yeah.
Relationships are changing. This is when those relationships we might be getting some new beginnings, right? So now people are building their games back
some
up.
Balance. Look at Venus and Mercury are in Libra.
Mm-hmm.
Mercury's in the 10th house, and Venus is in the 11th house. Your 11th house is like your friends, your reputation, things like that. Mars is also in the 10th house, but in Virgo.
Okay.
We actually have Virgo, Mars, and the moon all going on right there. So we're entering the 10th, which is great because we're entering the end. All of the inner planets are all coming towards the end, towards the 12th house, which we know is the ending of your natal chart. So I think that's pretty symbolic that all of these inner planets are coming towards the 12th house.
Okay. But I think this is good for like whoever's left in the game is going to be able to sort of pivot. They're going to see, they're going to see those details from the Virgo and really make a plan for how they're going to win this and how they're going to like move forward.
And that those planets in Libra just scream to me a balanced jury.
I like that. I mean, Venus, that's love.
Right.
Those are beauty. That's good stuff, good vibes.
Right. And Mercury is all about analyzing, communicating. It's a Virgo and Gemini ruled chart. We really like to analyze and learn and think about things. Yeah. And I think that those two planets in Libra are going to really make a difference for the jury.
Oh, I love that.
I think we might get a good winner this season if we get some planets in Libra towards the end.
We are making predictions. It's going to be an interesting season, and we're going to have a good winner with a balanced jury.
Absolutely. Hello. I think that this season, for my closing thoughts on BB23 so far, I think it's going to be a very different season than we've had in a while. I hope I'm not jinxing it. Oh, I really do, because we said this last season too.
It's in the stars.
I think that this season's going to be different than past seasons in a few ways.
Yeah.
With the cast, I just have that feeling CBS would be morons. Not saying that they're the smartest people in general, or casting, I guess I should say, would be morons to not have a diverse cast in every aspect, sexually diverse, racially, spiritually, what diverse in general. We want that. We've been demanding that. They'd be morons to not give it to us.
Yeah.
I think that we're actually going to get some good gameplay, some strategy, because a lot of the planets are in Gemini and then towards the end are in Virgo. I mean, they're in all of those planets. You know what I'm saying? But it starts in Gemini, ends in Virgo. I think that tells a story.
Yeah. And I think we saw the ups and the downs and the dips and the turns, and we can see how they'll, be outgoing, and then they'll be internalizing, and then they'll be going for something, and then they'll be regretting it. And I think we are going to see some interesting stuff. It won't be boring for us.
Yeah. There wasn't much Earth going on, so I don't see boring.
We saw implosions of relationships, and that's fun.
And Uranus is in a strong position for the most part, and also makes a challenging aspect a few times.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I think is in a strong position. What did we say? Uranus starts off is in Taurus. So sixth house. I don't know if, to me, that's strong and stable, but I don't know. I know that somehow some
it's
planets
squaring Venus and Mars
right.
perfectly. So
yeah. Well, and I love that they're both conjunct in Leo, like to start. I just love that. I'm really hoping that we get some strategic showmances instead of like the lovey-dovey ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want someone to use someone and hurt their feelings over it.
Any lovey-dovey. And I don't think we saw a lot of lovey-dovey.
No.
There wasn't a lot of like Venus Libra like relationship-y stuff. No. Mm-mm.
No, not at all. I don't think Venus isn't going to Libra until the end. End. No, and I don't.
That might get a Tyler Angela thing at the end.
Let's hope
we
not.
could get
but
that.
To me, that screams people appreciating someone's gameplay as opposed to showmance. Yeah, I don't know. So, what are your vibes for this season? Closing off our predictions. What do you think?
I predict this is going to be very interesting with the coming out strong, and then immediately things are going to be challenging. It's not going to go their way. They're going to have to readjust. Relationships are going to change throughout the season. And I like that. That feels like we don't have one big alliance just running the whole thing. And then to really see the energies adjust by September, it'll be a completely different house by then. So I'm on board.
You know, I'm so grateful that your mom sent you those dates, or that you put together those dates, because it really told a story, didn't it? I think it did. I think it told a really nice, in perspective of Big Brother and the game. Yeah. A very nice little story. And I'm hoping that it plays out how I am wanting it to.
Well, sure. We always want it to play out the way that we want it to. Right. But it's interesting to just have this stuff. We've marked a couple dates, and then we can see how it actually plays out in the house. I think that's very interesting. This is how I live my life. My mom just tells me, oh, gosh, next week, Mars is squaring, Pluto, get ready. And so it just makes sense for us to look forward to the summer to see these energies.
Right. And that's similarly to how I live my life as well. I always have my apps open. I always have my chart open, and I'm like, what's transiting right now? Because I'm feeling something and I don't know if I like how I'm feeling.
Right. Or, and it's useful to know if it's really you or not. Sometimes you feel something and you're like, why am I bawling my eyes out today? Right. I'm not upset about something. And then you look and, Cancer is sitting on top of my moon, and you just can't help it. You're going to.
Right. The other day, or a few weeks ago, whenever the moon was last in Cancer, all of a sudden I just started bawling my eyes out. I had to even go on a timeout upstairs because I was like, I don't know why I'm crying. Sparrow, stay with Amelia. He ended up making me a cookie, which was so nice.
I love that you called it a timeout. You're such a mom. Wait, was that this weekend? What did Cancer do this weekend? Because I had a hot mess of a weekend, and my sister, Cancer is family related, and I was having, emotional connections with my, I don't remember what it was this weekend, but it was a lot.
I don't remember either. There was definitely, the eclipse energy, the eclipse was this morning. That energy has kind of been foreboding, at least for me. Yeah, it's been awful. All right. Well, Sarah, this is so much fun.
Wasn't it, you guys? Yes. Thank you for hanging out with us and listening to probably half of that was Greek to you. But you got something out of it, right?
And I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but last season there's a channel called Call Me Kaylin, and she also did she basically talked about the Big Brother All-Star cast's chart. Well, not their chart, but their sun signs, similarly to what we're going to do. Yeah. And she slightly inspired me to do this, to be confident enough to be forward with my astrology and talk about it in regards to like Big Brother and stuff like that. So I have linked her channel in the description box. Go subscribe to her. She does lots of different kinds of content, like TV related, I think DIY stuff. She also does astrology. So go check her out. We got to show love where we can.
That's so nice of you. That's so great. I haven't seen that, but I love it anytime someone can throw astrology into, especially a cast lineup.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I would want to do this for Survivor, but I don't think Survivor is, I don't know if you can, because it's pre-filmed. So you kind of have to have the dates for while they're filming.
Right.
And I don't know if I can do Survivor, but I will be doing this throughout the season for Big Brother. I'm definitely going to come back, and I hope you can come back with me.
Yes.
On those dates, or maybe the day after those dates to kind of review.
Yeah.
To see if anything crazy went down.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited to get the cast. I think that's really fun. And then, we can like definitely keep an eye on these like interesting dates over the summer. And then maybe for the Survivor cast, do the astrology. But we don't know when they started filming.
Right.
So
well, you're definitely going to be my go-to astrology buddy for TV shows. So you're going to be back. I'm going to force you to come back and talk astrology with me. I'm just kidding. Nobody can force a Sagittarius to do anything.
That's the truth.
Yeah. If she would feel so gracious to come back on my channel, I'd be grateful.
Let me tell you, we have no problem saying no. So
yeah. My mother-in-law, she'll be like, no. I'm like,
it's so funny. So many people have a hard time saying no, and I cannot relate. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I have the hardest time saying, well, as I get older, I feel like I'm better at it, but it's normally no, I'm okay. Yeah. But my mother-in-law is like, no. And then also you guys can't really hurt a Sagittarius feelings, you know,
really can't.
Which I love because I can just be so honest with my mother-in-law. I don't know if that shirt is really going well today. Okay, I'll go change it. I'm like,
no, we value the truth.
Yes.
If you say something to us, we are like, oh, that's the truth. And that's important to us.
Right. Which I love.
There's no feelings involved here. No. My mother-in-law is also a Sagittarius. My husband married his mom. And, but yeah, she and I can just be like, no, you don't do that. You stop. And like, it's fine. She doesn't get mad at me. I don't get mad at her. It's great.
See, that's the energy that I need in my life. Cause I feel like I don't get that enough. And so I love that my mother-in-law, I can come down in an outfit. She'll be like, I don't know about that.
Is this what we're doing today?
Yes. Well, normally she starts off with, so what's transiting today? And that's normally my cue. Okay. I kind of look a little wonky, don't I? Yeah, a little bit. I'm like, okay. But it doesn't hurt my feelings because I know you guys come from a loving place. So you guys aren't trying to hurt anyone's feelings. You guys just don't really relate. You don't really relate the feelings to honesty because you're like, everybody's got to be honest. So
that is the lesson we learn. And my sister is an Aquarius and she has deep feelings. And she told me, you cannot say these things to me. And so I did learn to zip it a little bit. Don't say everything that I want to say. And I appreciate that lesson because, we don't want to hurt people's feelings. And
it's funny that you say that. My mother-in-law, she's like in charge of loads of people. And she actually got told, like, not in trouble, but she like got told like, maybe you could be a little gentler with people. Yeah. And she was like, oh, okay. And, maybe you don't have to call people a pansy, And she's like, oh, I mean, but they were acting like one.
Right.
Yeah, but do we have to say that?
We don't. That's the lesson. We don't have to say it.
And she's so much better now. She totally keeps her tongue to herself and then just vents to me when she's off.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
All right, you guys. Well, I had so much fun, Sarah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll definitely do this again. I'm sorry, everyone, for being awful with the chat. And hi, Busy. Hello. Farmer Sagittarius, he says no all the time.
Yeah, you get it. You
so
get it.
I will see you when the cast gets released.
We will be back then.
Okay,
Thanks
you guys.
for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you later. Bye.